What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and let's start off by Jalen Carter got a weight bonus in his contract. We're gonna talk about why that concerns me a little bit, just a little bit. But we're gonna talk about that in the video, man. So y'all stay tuned. Nick Sirianni is very impressed with the job that Sean Mann has done since he's been here. A lot of people have been calling him a mad scientist. That's Jordan Mailata. Um, uh Jalen Hurts said, man, he's brilliant. You know, it's a lot of people who like the job Deshaun Maine is coming here to do. The only thing that I think that he has to prove is, can he outsmart some of the best defensive coordinators in the league. I'll talk to you why he don't have to do that right now, but we'll talk about it in the video. Also, Stephen A. Smith, I don't know what he's talking about, man. This is on the level of which I've always been saying. People don't watch the Philadelphia. Well, I'm gonna say people. Philadelphia Eagles fans watch Philadelphia Eagles football. Not many people watch us outside of highlights. There's time when we're blowing people out, they'll change our channel into another channel. I don't see that with a lot of other teams, but I understand that a lot of people don't want to see us win. And this is the best case I've ever seen, with Stephen A. Smith being wrong about who the Rams are playing. We do play the Rams again. I know it's like every year it feel like we do play the Rams again, but Stephen A. Smith was on the show, and I think he picked us to go against the Rams. But listen to what he said before. We're gonna get into that. Jalen Hurts in this offense was going bonkers this practice. Today in practice, they were losing their top. Just so well oiled. They had one blemish. We're gonna talk about that. But before I get into it, you know what I'm saying, and like reminisce about that great performance our QB1 had, let's just get straight to the video. Let's start. I mean, it's kind of Philadelphia Eagles football, but let's start right at the top. Stephen A. Smith was kind of going down the line about the Rams schedule this year, and we're on there again. And what he said when he got to us lets me know he ain't really watching Eagles football.
This right here is where it gets tight. Because on one hand, I want to pick the Rams, but they beat Philly and Philly last year. I can't see that happening again. I got them at 2-2 on the season. This is an L right there. I said an L. I said an L, right?
Oh. You're right.
Bills, they beating the Bills.
That's a tough stretch.
That's a tough one.
Broncos,
They
Eagles,
gonna win
Bills.
that one. They ain't losing 3.
We ain't never lost to the Rams. We ain't never lost to the Rams. Nobody on that show corrected them or nothing. Y'all just let them go down there. That's gonna go viral. That's gonna go viral because you're an analyst. This is your job. You should at least know who won in the. We've beaten the Rams every time we played them. Since Jalen Hurts has been our quarterback, we've always beat the Rams. I don't know why the league don't like the Rams to where they keep putting us on their schedule. It ain't fair to them. You know, if we're being quite honest about it. So, I mean, you could always say that we got that one win because we play the Rams. All right, moving on. Jalen Carter has a $250,000 bonus for, it's annual too. I don't know if it's an every month thing, but it's an annual bonus. But as long as he stay under a certain weight. Right now, Jalen Carter weighs 314 pounds. They did not say what that weight was, but I'm guessing it's somewhere near where he was last year, because Vic Fangio last year said something about him being out of shape. And we know what that was about, the arms. He couldn't really do a push-up. So, yeah, he was out of shape. But I guess they're trying to make sure it doesn't happen again. That was a one-off thing. Like the year before that, I don't think he had problems staying in shape. I don't know why they felt the need to give him a bonus to stay underweight. I thought that'd be something you did with Jordan Davis, because Jordan Davis struggled with the weight. But Jordan Davis actually struggled with the weight. This was like a one-off thing for Jalen Carter. So I don't know. The only reason it concerns me is like you wanted to pay him, like you think that this money could help him not go that route. And he seems like a pretty disciplined kid when it comes to like being in shape and stuff. So I don't know about that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and we can revisit it. Nick Sirianni did a media day yesterday, and he talked about how impressed he was with Sean Mannion. This is what he said.
Sean just shows a very good overall view of the offense. When he comes up here, it's just he has everybody's attention and is able to talk to every position. I've been very impressed by that. Obviously, one of the reasons we hired him, as far as just his expertise, and I think the guys have been really impressed with that he can sit up here and coach through what the running backs' responsibilities and footwork and fundamentals are, and the offensive line and the tight ends and the receivers and the quarterback, obviously his specialties. And I think that's really important throughout, especially the first year, just Sean being the majority of the voice that they're hearing, and then obviously it breaks up into the position coaches, but he's done a great job of keeping everybody on the same page. And it's one of the things I've told Sean, like, man, I think you're doing such a good job of just speaking to everybody in front of the room and showing your expertise in every position.
Yeah, pretty much every position group down to the offensive lineman on offense. They all say the same thing. Sean Mannion is incredibly detailed. Jordan Mailata called him a mad scientist. That's great praise in the league. Again, he hadn't called plays, and I think that's the only thing I think he might have to prove that he can do at a high level. But the work ethic is there. The scheme, I think, coming up with really great schemes, it seems like he has the mind to figure it out. Not like a KP. KP had what he was running, and that was it. A couple plays in which he was running, and that was it. This seems different. For everybody who said this might still be Nick Sirianni's offense, you've got to change what you think now. This is most definitely not Nick Sirianni's offense. You can't even mistake this for being Nick Sirianni's offense. Everything has changed, and I think Nick Sirianni feels comfortable of sitting back and not touching it, which I would love for him to do that. Like, just sit back, don't touch it, come up with really, really great quotes. That's all I want you to do. All right, getting into the offense. The offense plays so well today. Jalen Hurts. I'm going to read off a little stat line for you guys. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns. He had the 1 interception. And he threw 14 out of 16 passes. So he only missed on the mark twice. They did third down stuff. They did red zone stuff. And they did beyond that. And he threw a 40-yard pass. I don't want to tell the whole thing because I still got the video. Let's go and run the video.
What's going on, everybody? Day 4 of Eagles training camp in the books, and I'm out here in the parking lot because they practiced in the bubble today, and it was a pretty quick end of the debate on the if just it's early in camp or if the skill players are a problem, because day 4, they looked awesome. It was the best day the offense has had by far, and it was what you wanted to see. They got a little bit from everybody. Elijah Moore made some big catches. Dotavian Wicks made some big catches. Devontae Smith had a few catches. It starts to rain on me while I'm doing this. But I think the main takeaway from the practice was we can be concerned, or I can be concerned about the skilled players. We can talk about a new system. End of the day, if Jalen's awesome, they're going to be awesome because the defense is going to be awesome. I think they'll be able to run the ball well enough. And on Monday, Jalen made throws that were special throws. He made a big throw to Elijah Moore from about 40 yards out, right on the dot, in stride, touchdown. He made a really nice throw in the red zone, avoiding pressure, rolling out to his right, and getting the ball to Devontae Smith across the middle of the field from about maybe 2 or 3 yards out. So football can be pretty.
Yeah. So he threw the he had Dontavian Wicks off a deep throw. He had Devontae Smith off a deep throw off the sideline. It was a sideline throw. He had Elijah Moore up the middle, and then he had Elijah Moore again for a touchdown. Smitty had 2 back-to-back catches in the red zone, where he had one where he actually beat Rick Woolen for a touchdown in the back of the end zone. This offense, I guess, is figuring it out. You know what? Not this offense. I guess it's this offense, but Jalen Hurts, I feel like, is figuring it out how he wants to approach playing or being effective in this offense. He plays like this, and the defense don't have to be half as good they did last year. And I mean that shit. If he plays to where he's giving us 3 touchdowns a game like this. Now, the interception, I feel like I got to explain what the interception happened. It was a miscommunication. Him and Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore thought that he was supposed to go in, and Jalen Hurts thought that he was supposed to go out. This is the stuff that we work on now. You rather him throw this interception. He threw it to Q. He threw it to Quinyon Mitchell. So you rather him do that in these training camps practices. You rather him do that here than him do it in a game. And they do it in a game. You know, so that way they can get on the same page when it comes time to be up under them bright lights. I'm so hyped for what this offense could be. I understand the running game is gonna be good. I feel like the running game is gonna be good. The passing game can be so great. I'm gonna bet this on people, and y'all can come back and say and clip this video. Jalen Hurts is gonna operate this offense better than everybody else who operates their offense. Better than Brock Purdy. Better than Jordan Love. Better than some of the guys, all the guys who operates this kind of offense. He's gonna do it better. Watch, because it won't be no turnovers. It won't be these kind of turnovers that these guys go in there and get all the time. So that's a given. I feel like Jalen Hurts is gonna really he's gonna master this offense because he has that drive to figure out all that. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so y'all stop missing these videos. And we out. Let's go Birds.